Up to 21 days battery life, some of the most advanced cycling metrics with a 3000 nits AMOLED display, all in a premium sapphire glass, titanium, and nanocrystal ceramic casing. This is the Huawei Watch GT6 Pro, and I've partnered with Huawei to tell you all about it. Now, the unboxing experience is pretty straightforward. We get the watch, there's a charging cable with some paperwork, and here it is. Now, before we start, just to clarify this, the Huawei Watch GT6 Pro will work with pretty much any smartphone out there. It's going to work absolutely fine with your Android device or even your Apple iOS device. All you need to do is download the Huawei Health app. So the first thing I want to talk about is this beautiful design. So we've got a sapphire glass front cover. There's aviation-grade titanium alloy for the body. And then we've got a nanocrystal ceramic rear casing. I really do like the hexagonal design. I think it makes it look quite unique compared to pretty much all of the smartwatches out there. And then we've got this beautiful 1.47-inch AMOLED display. Now, this is around 5.5% larger in screen area compared to the GT5 Pro, and it's also got a 10% narrower bezel. But most importantly, it now has a 3000 nit peak brightness. That's up from the 1200 nit peak brightness that we had on the GT5 Pro. And honestly, it almost looks like there's a sticker on the watch. It's super bright, great for the outdoors. We also have a raised timing bezel, which gives it more of a striking and cleaner look. And I've got it here in this wilderness brown. So this has the brown composite woven strap. You can also opt for the fluoro elastomer strap. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably just completely butchering that word. And there's also the metal strap, which is my personal favorite. I think it looks super sleek and it seamlessly flows with the design of the watch. Now, of course, you can easily snap these off and get some other straps which are available, and then you can customize it to the way you like to. Now, the Watch GT6 Pro comes in this 46mm version. If you want something smaller, you can get a 41mm version of the Watch GT6. And I have relatively small wrists, but even on my wrist, I think the 46mm version does fit okay. I think that's thanks to the circular design. If it was square, maybe it wouldn't have fitted as well. But I really do think the Watch GT6 Pro looks really good. You can wear this at the gym, but then you can also take it out for dinner and it's going to fit in perfectly. And because of its circular form factor, it doesn't look like a smartwatch at first glance. It looks like a regular watch, which you could be wearing day to day. Now, it has an IP69 water and dust resistant rating. The 9 refers to high pressure water. I have tested this because we got absolutely drenched after going for this mini hike and it was fine. And it can also support up to 40 meters when diving. I'm not somebody that's going to go diving anytime soon, but if you are somebody that's going to go diving, then that's good to know. Now, as expected, the Huawei Watch GT6 Pro has a bunch of sensors to give you some very detailed tracking. So, of course, you've got your heart rate tracking. You've got ECG analysis, and it can alert you if it detects AFib. There's arterial stiffness detection, which can measure the elasticity, am I saying that right? Elasticity of your blood vessels. You've got SpO2 for tracking blood oxygen levels. There's sleep tracking, and then we've got Huawei's TrueSense system, which brings everything together for fast, accurate, and comprehensive health tracking. Now, the key thing here is having all of this data just gives you some useful information that you can present to your GP if needed. So if you are detecting some irregular heart rhythms, then this is information that will be super useful for you to take further action. There's also advanced emotional recognition with 12 distinct emotional states. Let's try this out. So if I go into emotional well-being, it says that I'm satisfied. Now, I promise that I wasn't doing anything in particular before this video to make me satisfied, but hey, maybe I'm just super happy about doing this video, which is why I'm satisfied. Anyway, moving on swiftly, there are obviously lots of sports modes. You've got over 100 sports modes, everything from hiking to skipping to strength training. But there's a key emphasis on cycling. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be a cyclist myself. I can't even remember the last time I was on a bike, but I actually know quite a few people who are very passionate about cycling. And if you are one of those people, you are going to love the GT6 Pro. And that's because this is the industry's first smartwatch to support cycling virtual power and functional threshold power. It also has the first ever cycling virtual power without the need of an additional power meter. Now, this is calculated based on real-time speed, grade, your weight, and bike weight to give you precise insights into your cycling performance. Once again, without the need of an external power meter.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
No, it's not. It's
Gets
gross.
the people going.
It also has a new fall detection feature. So in the event of a sudden fall, the watch will instantly trigger an SOS alert and it will ensure that you get help quickly. So if you're a cyclist, this is probably one of the best smartwatches you can buy. There's also a trail run feature which gives you advanced insights such as altitude trend, estimated arrival time, real-time gradient, and gradient adjusted pace. Now, I'm not much of a runner myself, but I did go for a short hike, which, as mentioned, was cut down due to heavy storms. But you can really see here the amount of detail the Watch GT6 Pro records. And when it comes to GPS, the Watch GT6 Pro has Huawei's Sunflower positioning system. Now, this uses a new antenna architecture as well as new positioning algorithms, and it's got dual band all system accuracy, which gives you 20% better positioning accuracy. And Huawei's actually tested this in London versus others, and you can really see how accurate the path is because it really hugs to the streets as you would be running. And if you've been in London before, trying to use GPS, you know it can be very difficult because of the tall buildings and the crowded environment. But with the Watch GT6 Pro, this is going to give you some of the most accurate tracking out there. Now, one of the key selling points of Huawei smartwatches and a reason why you might want to go for this is the battery life. Regular smartwatches usually last a day. Some might just last a couple of days, maybe a little bit more, but that's a very few. The Huawei Watch GT6 Pro can last up to 21 days in light use. That is insane. In typical use, you can get around 14 days. And if you do have the dual band full constellation on, then you've got up to 40 hours of usage. So that means for a regular user with activity and exercise, you're gonna easily get around 8 days of usage. If you're somebody like me who's not very active when you're just working, then you can push it past 14 days up to 21 days. And having used this myself, it's so surprising not to have to charge this at the end of every day. Like, I can just look at this at the end of a couple of days and I'm still on like 80%, and I'm like, how is that possible? Now, Huawei is using a 10% silicon-based anode, which is helping with that battery life. But I genuinely don't know what magic they're applying because I wish other smartwatches lasted as long as this does. One thing that I can test out, and I have done before, is a bit of golfing. And we have a new reimagined UI with vector maps that have infinite zoom. So you can actually download maps as well, view them right on your smartwatch. And it's also got things like wind stats. And if you are somebody that's a keen golfer, all of this information is going to be super useful for you. So that's all of the tracking. How is this as a regular smartwatch? Well, you've got a bunch of watch faces to choose from and download. I really like the notifications. They're nice and easy to action, and you've got quick replies to messages with the option for a full QWERTY keyboard if you want. You can even easily answer phone calls on your watch. So if you are not near your smartphone and you get a call, you can easily just answer it straight on your watch. I guess the only thing missing for me as a smartwatch is NFC payments. Huawei are working on a solution, so hopefully that will be sorted soon. But it's not the end of the world. I always have my smartphone with me anyway, so I can just pay with that. And it's only something that I do occasionally. Finally, let's talk about the price. So the Huawei Watch GT6 Pro will start at £329, which is amazing for what you're getting. That's a very competitive price point. And a lot of the features that you're getting here on the Watch GT6 Pro, you're not going to find on other smartwatches. Now, if you want the Watch GT6, which also has excellent battery life, it's got lots of your health insights with heart, emotion, as well as workout tracking. That's available in the 46mm version as well as the 41mm version, and that starts at just £229. Now, Huawei do have some really cool pre-order offers, which I'll leave linked down in the description below. So you can get the Watch GT6 Pro with the Huawei FreeArc open earbuds for just £30 more, so around £359. And if you want to get the Watch GT6 with the FreeArc buds in white, then that's going to be from just £259. Once again, all of the latest offers and deals will be linked down in the description below. What do you guys think of the Huawei Watch GT6 Pro? Will you be picking one up? Definitely let me know down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you did, then do smash that like button for me. Thanks for watching. This is Saf on SuperSaf TV, and I'll see you next time.